Clipper balls. Yeah, let's do it. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong, look. Yeah. Oh boy. That's not good. That's not good. What have you done, Rafi? Oh, there we go. It's right, we'll edit this bit out. That's what we'll do. Still not convinced this Microsoft whiteboard is a step in the right direction. Anywho, we've got a joke to explain, so let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. I'm still waiting for the time that when Jack makes a 100k point redeem. What would that be? I can't imagine anything that I do that would deserve 100,000 points. Oh, right. Fix it in post. Always, Rafi, always. So we have a joke to explain, so do settle down. And if you could all open up your copybooks, start of a new term and all that. Oh, that's a nice copybook. Now, I can smell strawberry shortbread. And I distinctly remember in assembly yesterday, very strict instruction that you are no longer allowed to bring in novelty erasers. And I'm afraid to say, there's no use making that noise. If your eraser smells of strawberry shortbread, it is a novelty eraser. Who is it? It's not you, Sparky. Them curtains. No. Honey thief. Honey thief, hand it over. Hand it over. You'll get it at the end of the day, not a moment sooner. And I don't want to see it again, or smell it again, in this class, okay? Capiche? Right. We've got a joke to explain. Honestly. One ear and out the other. You've got a joke to explain. My stuttering uncle escaped from prison today. He never could finish the sentence. So, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack. In a rainbow pencil. Let's not overdo that. So sad. Right, so I ate my novelty erasers before school started. I hope you didn't eat erasure. They're top bad. So it took me quite a while to understand what the name was about. Like it was like last week. Blimey. Anywho, right, my stuttering uncle. So, let's start with the basics. What's an uncle? So, let's be a little bit heteronormative, just for a moment. But also a little bit feminist. Yeah, women can wear trousers too. So, when two people love each other very much, they might choose by intercourse, or by adoption, or by accident, to have a baby. Here's the baby. It's not a severed toe, it's a baby. It's a baby. Now, one or more of these people could have siblings, couldn't they? So, for instance, this person, let's say this is a man, has a brother who's another man, because, generally. And, yes. Now, the first chap, he's quite proud. He's quite proud, as you can see. He's quite proud that he's sired. There's not a female version of sired, is there? Sire de Bebe. He's got his hands in his pocket. He's looking slightly, yeah. Now, his brother, still footloose and fancy free. He's older, ironically. He's 3 years older. But he's kind of like, no, you can't tie me down. Can't tie me down. So he's kind of like, he's sort of sachet. He's aware of the baby because he's looking at it. He's looking at it, you see. He's looking at it there. But he's kind of, his shoulders, look, his shoulders are here. His shoulders are here. So he's turning and, hey, you won't catch me with a baby. Ooh, yeah, where's the disco at? Yeah, so that's what's going on here. Regardless of that, though, you see, this would be father, you see. Father. And this, to the child, is an uncle. Or nuncle, if you're doing King Lear. Pens, baby! Yeah. Oh. So that's basically what an uncle is. Now, in this particular joke, the uncle in question, he's a bit of a tearaway. He's been sent down. He's been up before the peak. He's been sent down. So it's a punitive action sometimes to remove a person's liberty for a time. So say that they stole a pack of whiteboard markers. Dry wipe. They might be sent to an institution at Her Majesty's leisure that we call a prison, you see, a prison. And so they're, very, very strict, lots of guards, and they're basically there primarily because they've had their liberty removed. So that's essentially the punishment of being in prison. So, they might have a PlayStation. It's fine. But they have this sort of quite regimented life in which they have little or no agency, essentially. Did you say nuncle? I did say nuncle. Yes. Now, this uncle, he's blooming escaped. He's saying, no, I'm not. I'm going to take my liberty back. Thank you very much. So he's escaped from prison, you see. Now, when somebody's sent down to serve, they say, the judge doesn't say that your liberty will be stripped for, let's say, 6 months. That's about right, isn't it, for stealing a pack of dry wipes? 6 months. 3 for good behaviour. And, we call that period a sentence, you see. A sentence. Now, what is interesting about that word, of course, sentence, is that it's also I want to say parts of speech. That's not quite correct. It's a syntactic piece of terminology. So basically, generally speaking, the basic sentence, is subject, isn't it? Verb. Got to have a verb in a sentence. And object. So we might say, everybody, the cat, that's the subject, yes. Sat, yes. On the, that's the setting up the relationship between the verb and the object. Mat. You see? So this also is a sentence. 2 words with the same meaning, you see. But there was an extra bit of information about this uncle, which is that he stutters. Now, what's stuttering? Stuttering is important to get stuttering. Stuttering and stammering are 2 different things. So stammering, one draws out a particular sound. Stuttering is one sort of repeats. So one might stutter on a plosive, as the famous advert for chocolate biscuits, pick up a penguin, you see. Although I wonder if that particular stutter was due to the coldness of the environment in which one might find a penguin. I don't know. I don't have that information to handle, right? Anyway, point is, our uncle here, he stutters. He has a stutter. So a stammer would be like, if you can't quite get past the sound, but you're not repeating the sound, you're just dragging it out. So Mattisons. To use another example from the world of advertising, can't say Mattisons without saying just did, mate. Just did. Yes. Now, obviously, if he stutters, then it's difficult for him to say a whole sentence, you see. So we have this notion of him not finishing a sentence due to his speech impediment, and at the same time, him not finishing the prison sentence that he was given. You see, that second sentence, it's related to two very different things simultaneously. And as we've discussed before in this particular part of the stream, when something has two meanings that are intended simultaneously, or two meanings that play off of each other in some way, it's funny, it's amusing, it's something to laugh at. Ha ha! I see you've confounded the use of language in a way that tickles my brain. So that's essentially why this joke is funny. So that joke, once again, my stuttering uncle escaped from prison today. He never could finish a sentence. Do you see now? Do you understand? Rafi, have, probably easy to get a PlayStation. Yeah, PS5. If you like a light chocolate on your biscuit. Have I explained your joke to your satisfaction, Rafi? That's quite like the Dutch word nonkel, which means uncle. Yes, a lot of, I think, Sparky, some words that begin with a vowel in English originally began with an N. Because we say an and then a word with a vowel, starting with a vowel, they got sort of muddled with a. So napple, for instance. So we say a napple, that got N corrupted into an apple. As an example. Raptorcross, welcome. Rafi is currently deliberating as to whether or not I've satisfactorily explained his joke. This is a joke he wrote, by the way. So, right now, I'm explaining a joke back to somebody who came up with the joke in the first place. And now, Rafi's not sure. He's not sure if I've explained it. Yes, I would like to thank Orange Spark for lending me points. I need to set up a payment plan to pay them back. Very steep interest, Sparky charges, so, yeah, good luck with that. And back to the game!